me. See if you can do this too.
Hey everybody. Boy, that's lifeless without any audio, huh? It's in raid mode right now. It means there's no looping music, but that's not going to be an issue. That's not going to be an issue soon, because there's new content. Brand new stuff patched in. What's going on with that story? Are there more gods to beat up? Probably. There's 12 of them. Gotta keep slapping them, just to prove that we can, so they don't start getting high on their shit. It's weird because of the, it was interesting because of the Moogle event they were doing. I played some of the scripted, like cutscene heavy dungeons from Realm Reborn. And I forgot how much Realm Reborn was sort of about laying out the lore rules of the world and the summoning of icons and all that stuff. But they mentioned the 12 quite a bit. And it's interesting that they don't really even show up. I guess you have to just like literally smack around some gods. Ready for adventure. Yeah, new patch. Peach. Look at this. Look at this up here now. Bang. What's going on with this? New story. And some achievements? Ah, that's where the Chocobo suit comes from. Hold on, let me put it back in gamer mode. There we go. ARR is super important if you're into the lore. It's been so many hours to set up shit that still matters today. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked how much groundwork it lays. Which kind of makes it seem so, I guess, jargon heavy. Which is not out of bounds for Final Fantasy. In fact, that's one of the things that when I played Realm Reborn, I was like, "Yup, they got it. They finally figured it out." And man, what a drought before Realm Reborn for something that felt Final Fantasy. 13-2 was about as close as I think it got. 12 is good. Doesn't really feel like Final Fantasy, though. 11 is cool, but also a completely different kind of game. 10 didn't really feel like Final Fantasy. So for me, it was like from Final Fantasy IX to 13-2 before I felt like there was some of that energy back. And then Realm Reborn kind of felt like it again. But let's go catch up with that story. Wait, where'd my guide go? The guide's gone. Where'd it go? Oh, because I put it in. Oh, does the HUD layout... Yeah, because the HUD layout changes. Huh. Alright, I'll turn it back on then. Forgot that the HUD layout was specific to the control setting you were using. 12 is Star Wars? You know, people say that, which is weird because I don't think it is. I think aesthetically, the main city looks like Episode 1 a little bit. A lot of the, like, people walking around and sort of the color grading looks very similar to some of the stuff in Episode 1. And I guess it's also a very political game. Spends a lot of time talking about politics. But apart from that, I don't really see the similarities. 12 is a story about a recently occupied nation, or a soon-to-be occupied nation. I gotta play it again. Actually, now that I think about it, roguish pirate, tall animal companion. I mean, you're describing a lot. You're describing a whole lot there. You're a sky pirate. There is a sky pirate. There's Balthier, but are you comparing Balthier to Han Solo? I guess there's something going on there. Okay. And like Fran is supposed to be Chewbacca? I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't know about like Penelo being Leia. Or Vaughn being Luke? Maybe? Except Vaughn just kind of fades away. Vaughn stops mattering. He's just kind of the lens through which you see the world, and he's the connective tissue that sort of connects. Oh, Ash is Leia. Yeah, you're right. My bad. I guess Penelo's the Yuffie of the crew. Penelo is R2-D2. Yeah, there we go. All right. I'm seeing a couple of similarities. Vaughn never matters. Well, that doesn't bother me because 12 is not trying to be a plot where everything matters. You know, it's trying to be a little more grounded and realistic. So I actually like the fact that Vaughn was just a street kid that got wrapped up in some shit. And that's kind of where it stayed. Like he wasn't foretold. He wasn't prophesied. He just got in way over his head and like tried to do right with whatever he saw in front of him. I actually kind of liked that about 9 too. Zidane was basically that kind of character up until the end. When they do drop the like, oh no wait, you are cosmically important, and then he's like bummed out for 5 minutes and then just goes right back to being Zidane. Which is why Zidane's pretty cool too. Anyway, I gotta play 9 again. Yeah. And how Titus. Yeah, that's one of the other things I didn't really. I could have just aetherized whatever. I like this music. I liked 10 to a point. Like the isekai elements were pretty cool. I liked the like post-technological world. All right. But then it tried to be like mind-blowingly fourth dimensional breaking, since the entire world is a dream. But then also tried to be personal and grounded with the like father-son shit going on. I don't know. Tried a lot. Didn't seem to really. Look at all these people. Wow. Everybody's here. All the fashions, all the looks. Ooh, that's sharp. That chicken man. Let me take a little look. Let me take a look at the crowds. Let me mosey around a little bit. Let me mix. Oh, that's a cute hat. That's a tiny cute hat. Oh. There's a little crab. Look at this crab. Crab de la crab. He's scuttling. The ferret. Final Fantasy looking motherfucker. Sexy Chocobo. I'm always amazed at how much stuff there is in this game. That is a pretty dress. That's a pretty dress. Oh yeah, they added like kind of like metallic dyes. I don't know when. Could be 3 billion years ago. This is exciting. There's so much activity. I usually never play story content when it's relevant. 10 is a lot of fun if you just laugh at the stupid father-son stuff and at the "oh, Dream Boy is alive." Yeah, that doesn't really. It kind of doesn't obey its own rules at a certain point, or it does, and they just don't tell you what those rules are. It is. I realize there is a little something going on there. That if the game is a dream, then it stands to reason that the rules that govern the world are also dreamlike. So it kind of makes sense that it's not all buttoned up. But then they also spend a weird amount of time going into the actual like nuts and bolts of how everything works. Like, why are you spending all this time talking about all this stuff that probably doesn't even matter? Because you'll just change your mind. Oh, it obeys its rules until 10 too? Oh, well, that was fast. I thought there was something about 10 where I was like, wait. If they're not real, if he's not what? I don't know. These, like, I remember the reaction to it more than I remember the thing that caused the reaction. Because that was so long ago at this point. Hey, push level. Put it in. Let's put it in cruise mode. Are you a Minfilia fan? He's pretty stout. Or sorry, Ishtoa. Man, I fucked it up. Yeah, Minfilia's the other one. Well, I guess now I understand why Biggs and Wedge are back. there is a way... There we go. Let's slow it down a little bit. Love the music in this game. Makes good background sounds while I paint D&D minis. Yeah, I agree. I think that's this game's saving grace in a streaming context. Because it's just a lot of text. And then a lot of, like, magic swirls. Some cutscenes are voiced. Not all of them. Okay, all of this makes sense now. So wait, did you have to finish Alphascape to be able to continue the story at this point? Because it's kind of... I guess you don't have to. You can just play those later. Off to Burning Man for 2 weeks? Alright, Yondo. Appreciate the chill community and the banger content. Right on. Maybe you'll find something similar at Burning Man. Less video games and more drug-induced orgies, but what's a video game if not a simulation of a hedonistic explosion of self-gratification? Hmm? Friend is making a fish-shaped glass blowing furnace for Burning Man. So he can blow glass live at Burning Man in his fish-shaped glass blowing furnace? That's awesome. Okay. I gotta admit, if I were going to the desert, I probably wouldn't look forward to blowing glass, but good for them. What do you think of the Gamescom announcements? I was researching and writing Inside Games while Opening Night Live was happening, so I was only paying about a third of attention to it. But, I mean, this is like the most burned out take. Like, it was awesome. Every game looked really cool, but there were so many of them that I don't remember a whole ton of them. But also, again, my attentions were split, so... Oh, the Sonic trailer? Yeah, Amy? Amy's a hologram and trapped in a crystal. Man, I can't wait. I really want to catch up on Sonic.
My apologies for keeping you waiting.
Oh, hell yeah.
Return, I presume.
Dead Island 2's trailer was pretty good. I didn't watch the gameplay.
Indeed, this vessel now serves as a host for my eye.
He's hot now. His voice is amazing.
I was aware that the alchemists were busy preparing something,
Oh,
but this...
oh, it's like tickling my
We
ears.
couldn't well send you on such a perilous mission unprepared, Your Excellency. We spared no effort in crafting the body, and I dare say you'll find it adept at wielding weapons and magics both.
So they just use creation magic, right?
'Twas our intent to present it to you sooner, but we could not bring ourselves to do so, knowing we could yet improve it further. Pray forgive us.
Oh, they're using a procedural
not
gore
to
system
forgive.
for player attacks.
I
Okay.
am grateful for this.
That makes a ton of
kindness,
sense then.
and shall put it to good use.
How much the trailer was focused on squishing and squashing zombies. That's cool. That's like a...
Again, I ask that you watch over
That's a way
us
that
at
tech
hand
can
in my
empower a new
absence.
kind of...
The dangers we go to face are
Stupid
great
game.
and many, and I fear I will be unable to give matters here due attention. And in opening the Void Gate, there is ever risk that Void Scent will find their way into our world.
Rest assured, we are more than prepared. Our soldiers have been training under Master Estinian. On my honor, we will not suffer a single fiend to pass. So, think only of your mission, Vashan. Ah, but seeing as this is a different body, perhaps we should use a different name.
Nay, Vashan shall suffice. Though I may have thus grown up, I am as ever a little brother to you all.
As you say, as you say. Go then, Vashan. And best of luck.
I have something for you as well.
Eventually, this game has to show me, and it's
While
always
you
the
were gone,
best.
Oriange paid us a visit.
Oh yeah, I missed
As you
the
may
Callisto
recall,
Protocol
He
showing.
joined us on our foray into Alzadal's
I was at the
legacy,
orthodontist
in
getting my
part to
nubbins
conduct
filed
research
off.
For the Loperids.
I'm almost done with Invisalign.
Research
again.
they were delighted to receive, and which has already inspired them to consider new ways to improve their own treasure vault.
My teeth are so smooth right now.
As a token of their gratitude,
Wonder if I can.
Living Way entrusted a familiar relic to Oriange.
Ah, no squeakies. That would have been great.
Aye, the crystal, which showed the way to Meteon. The Loperids no longer have need of it, and thus saw fit to return it to us. Harboring the power of light, it could well aid us in our mission in the void. And who better to bear Heidelin's gift than her chosen champion?
If there is nothing left to discuss, then let us depart. Our boat awaits us in Akyali.
Yeah, I'm excited for Callisto Protocol. It's man, starting in like October. It feels like it's gonna be 6 to 9 months of just awesome releases. Okay, so yeah, we're like exploring a place just cause I guess Emmett Selk implied that we haven't done it yet, which he's right, but. I remember the rationale being something like, well, we're adventurers, so we better get back to adventuring. I don't... Because they already kind of saved the universe.
I shall now lift the seal.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what the, like, tone of the
In the name of Alzadal
the plot is going to be going
I
forward.
cast open this door.
Yeah, they showed Homeworld 3, which is unfortunately another trailer that was just going on in another monitor while I was focusing on something else. I need to check that out. I saw, like, what I saw was just sort of visions of that massive, like, outrageous scale space stuff, which is kind of 70s in its origin, I feel like. But also deeply Homeworld.
Go! Absorb the Void Gate!
Homeworld is kind of like, it's kind of like a 70s prog album, concept album, as a video game. Oh, yeah, that's right. The plot of Vitra's sister being lost in the Void Portal. I did forget about that. Hey, what's up, Anthrax? Ready. Boy grew up. He chomped on the Pac-Man pellet. Alright there, buddy. Step in. Got your Encyclopedia Eorzea today?
It worked. We should have no
I feel like I
trouble
should pick
passing
one of
through a
those up.
gate of that size.
I got that like 5 album, 14 music collection. That was awesome. Really cool to listen to that and just get a wash in memories. I think Yes did the original Homeward soundtrack.
What can we
They
expect
provided a
to find
track.
after stepping through?
And I know that because I listened to that single a lot. Called Homeworld.
On my previous foray,
Which is also why I think I have a really
emerged in
strong
castle, swarming with void scent.
a really strong association with those
I was
things.
hopelessly outnumbered and forced to turn back. But together, I am confident we can hold our own. Upon our arrival, let us deal with any hostile entities and secure the area.
What if Final Fantasy was also Stargate?
The command of our mission, I leave in your capable hands.
They front load the
In event of
dungeon?
battle,
You just get to do it right now?
adapt my tactics to complement your own.
Should we require healing, I can provide it.
Eh,
It would be a welcome change of pace from my recent havoc wreaking.
good. Gonna dip out cause spoils. Alright, Yando. I mean, if this is just the dungeon, if you're playing this game, I'm sure you'll see it many times over the coming months.
Take heart, my friends, and have faith.
Oh, thanks for gifting 5 subs.
We will brave this broken world and rescue
Yeah, have
my
fun at
sister Ajdaya.
have fun at Burning Man. Oh, you want to save it for when you get back? I understand. All right. Chocobos. Yeah, the Destiny 2 expansion looks really cool. Cool. Bell Court of Troya. I hope there's rapping. I hope they rap. Might as well do Fate the first time. Sometimes they, oh wait, Trust. That's what it's called. Sometimes they say stuff. It just takes longer. Could that be a Final Fantasy IV reference? If it is, I didn't clock it. Is Troya a dungeon in 4? Oh, it's a city. Huh. Okay. What the fuck is going on? Just flying through space. Whatever. Space potato. The city, they grabbed the Earth Crystal and to trade it to Golbez for Rose's release. I see. Ooh, it's all bendy. Woo! That's cool. Make it squishy.
You forced my hand. Gotcha!
I do like harpsichords. I'm pretty in favor of this so far.
I will not hold back!
Single pulling NPCs. I mean, I could probably run ahead and force them to double pull, but it's the first run through the dungeon. I'm kind of more here for the music and the story than the relentless surgical precision of big pulls.
You're mine!
I do like how squishy everything is. But it's probably just that one hallway. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. That's a bad call because they don't fucking AoE. Oh.
No
NPCs
mercy.
don't. Yeah, it's pretty clear, I think, that they could make the NPCs play way more efficiently. Like, they could make them play perfectly if they wanted to. But I think they have a vested interest in making sure that human players are always going to be better. Otherwise, people would just farm the shit with only NPCs, and then... I don't know. I kind of like the philosophy that even while playing it efficiently, the game should still prefer human players rather than AI. It's an MMO. You want to incentivize people playing together with other people. A little bit. Give them the option not to, but make it better with humans. Thanks for not doing that double pull. I play as White Mage and I hate rushing through levels. I kind of get it, you know? When people are running their roulettes, they're not really going down for the scenic route. But yeah, you have to use all your toys, depending. A lot of buttons to hit.
Out of my way!
Stressful. It goes double pull in the dungeons, everyone dies, blame the mage. Really? Gosh. If it doesn't happen super often. When I was getting more used to like my control templates, playing with a controller, and before I was raiding has actually been really good for me to use some of my damage mitigation abilities and other things. Oh, those little rooms. Anything in here? No? Just for me to enjoy? But still, there would be some pulls that if a tank were under-geared or the DPS wasn't really firing on all cylinders, didn't kill everything fast enough, sometimes, like, double pulls would just out-DPS my healing, and I would very definitely get blamed for that. The real fun part is when this didn't happen while I was playing less efficiently. It actually started happening when I was playing more efficiently. But when players start critiquing or analyzing your playstyle to figure out why the double pull isn't working instead of just not double pulling anymore, I feel like it doesn't really cost that much time either. Like, the efficiency is in the AoE that overlaps. So I guess it's all about how much extra damage you gain. I'm playing White Mage. I enjoy healing the group, but I take some aggressive shots at the bad guys too. Yeah, that's largely how it's set up. It is kind of fun to just keep the bars up and let everyone else handle all the killing. But unfortunately, in this game, it is beholden on everyone to kill the enemies as fast as possible. If your goal is playing, or if your goal when playing is to be as efficient as possible. Some people target that as like the way to get more skilled at the game. Let's throw regen on the tank and spam holy. So I actually have a different technique. Spam holy, then throw regen on the tank. Because if everything's stunned, the tank's not getting hit. Now, that window is good to regenerate the damage that the tank took when doing the double pull. But it also costs you one cast of Holy. And I found that before stun starts getting fully resisted, the tank will usually be completely healed.
You underestimate me!
Tons of ads, huh? Oh, what lasers? Oh. Oh, no! Yeah, Bob. Playing White Mage. I've been playing White Mage since 2013. I think I was some DPS class in 1.0 for the, 3 evenings I played that. That character is now my retainer. Or one of them.
This will hurt. You underestimate me.
Pretty much got forced to learn how to heal big pulse. Now it's all I do as a tank. It's the it's the standard way to do it. Yeah. These timers are very generous. Fully spam, you're looking at about 5 seconds of crowd control. Regen lasts 18. With regen now not doing pre-pull aggro, there's no reason not to regen before a pull. That's true. That's very true. There's no reason at all. As long as you do it one GCD ahead of like aggro hitting, I guess. Yeah, with regen doing all its aggro pre, that's gonna change a lot. I'm gonna have to shift my my rotation a little bit. Oh, that's what those are. Darn it! Fucked! How was I supposed to know? I guess they've all fired straight. I didn't think they'd be that wide, I guess. I thought there'd be space in between. Oh yeah, my concern with regen wasn't necessarily that it that you would overheal and get aggro. It's more that just in the GCD. Like that GCD can be regen or it can be a holy. And if all the healing, if you only need healing after the stun gets fully resisted, you can get a holy out earlier, that's all. Media Drone, thank you for the cheer. I don't even know if my thinking is accurate though, because is this fight just a ton of faces? It's a really interesting encounter. Also, if it only takes people getting double shot by those lasers and AoEs, a lot of people are going to die here. The moment the tank starts taking damage is going to be before they have rounded up all the targets. Oh, I'm very aware of that. Very aware. I've started using Benison to shield some of that.
Out of my way!
And then Aqua Veil. I guess that's the thing is that... Yeah, no, those are pretty fat. Never mind. For some reason I thought there was space in between. You're still losing a GCD on waiting for the optimal holy positioning. Yeah, that's true. That's also true. You're running around for that amount of time. I've started to think in raids about how I can spend, like what GCDs I can spend moving, which is basically instants. Trying to figure out how to organize my casts so that I get all the stationary cast time I can, and then save up all my instants for when I'm moving.
You underestimate.
Or if there's a way to reorganize those actions so that I don't use instants when I'm sitting still. If nobody dies, okay, these guys are more spread out. That's why. If nobody dies, then it doesn't matter what order it happens in.
You underestimate me.
I got shit today for pulling too much as the warrior and the healer died from standing at AoEs. Aw. So you just self-healed. That's the way to do it. You're like, fine, I'll do it. Healers are outmoded. We don't need them anymore. I don't think people have ever raged at me for wiping in a dungeon as a healer. I did get raged at once as a warrior for pulling big into Stone Vigil. Huh. I don't know that I've ever been raged at. There was one and only one dude, which is, I remembered because it was so atypical. Yeah, one guy took great offense to how I was hitting the buttons in Final Fantasy XIV one time. And then just a couple of other, like, kind of like offering gameplay tips that weren't requested sort of deal. Yeah, it happens now and then. Occasionally you get a real capital G gamer. I got raged at last week for purposefully dying as a healer. Caught feelings about it. Well, yeah, that's one of those things that just makes you wonder what the hell's going on in somebody's brain. How does that benefit anyone? Alright, the big one's back.
This will hurt.
That's probably not good. Ah, I see.
Out of my way!
You want to know what to do in a group when you have a person like that? Sure. I usually just kind of ignore them. I just ignore them and keep playing. Unless they're a tank, you let them die and don't revive them. Yeah, I don't know. In situations like that, my goals are more like I just want to be done as quickly as possible. What will get us out of this dungeon with a success condition as fast as possible? And for me, usually it's ignoring the person but enabling them to contribute damage to the fight. Hey Robert, how you doing? Pheasant Chromatic, thank you for the sub. Yeah, that was a cool looking castle. 14 has had some pretty good vistas in its dungeons lately. The Rabbit Moon Base had some pretty good stuff. The haters win if they think you're sabotaging them, and you prove them right by sabotaging them. That's true to a degree. I think antagonistic people thrive on antagonism. But I also think if you're engaging with that, then maybe you're getting something out of it too. I also think it's fun sometimes to be a little spiteful on the internet. So, I don't know. It's just a game. It's just a game, and if it involves, like, people snipping at each other every now and then, that's just kind of part of it. I think trying to think about engaging with people in games like that in terms of winning or losing is already, like... It's already like a few steps down a rabbit hole that doesn't need to be gone down. It's not about winning or losing in a game. They might think it is, but you have no idea what's going on in their head. Unless they say it out loud. Sometimes that happens. A turd will find a way to be a turd about it. Yeah, lemongrass. They'll spin it however they want so they win. Yeah, of course, absolutely. Everybody's their own hero. Or even if people know that they're in a bad place sometimes, like they just had a bad day, something they saw, they have to deal with bullshit at work, and then they come home and here's this prick not even playing the game right. Like, you know, there's all kinds of things. Maybe somebody's just hungry. Maybe they're hangry. Maybe they don't like this dungeon. Maybe they've been playing all day to get an unlock and it hasn't dropped. I've got a great attitude. Well, on the same topic, I have a great attitude right now because I'm not playing with people. I'm playing with the cold embrace of a robot. So I guarantee you my tone might be a little different if I were running this with people and one of them was giving me shit right now. Fuck this guy, you know? So. No, this is part of my coping mechanisms because I certainly get in my own head a lot about interactions with other people. There's something a little bit dangerous about the internet too, because it kind of boils down an entire person to a small bandwidth of behaviors. It gives you a lot of negative space to make up a whole narrative about somebody. Happens in driving too, right? Somebody Maybe the kindest person in the world. They sneeze, they swerve. You're like, fuck this person. Who the fuck? Why? Hey, didn't even signal, asshole. Like, you know. I'm not saying it worked. It may not work that way every time. Some people are assholes. They exist. I'm here to report. Assholes are among us. I've had this weird thing happening with Final Fantasy XIV now. This is the only game it happens in. And now it's happened on two different setups. Where it just drops controller input for a solid second and a half randomly. Sometimes I'll go an entire evening and it won't drop at all. Other times it'll happen like multiple times in a single minute. It has yet to ever fully kill me. But it has come awfully close, where I'm trying to run out of an AoE and my character just stops. Just controller dead. And then blink, it's back. Doesn't happen in any other game. And it happens in 14 on both the PC and the Steam Deck. I have no idea what's causing it, because I mean, there must be something going on. You think you're having that issue too? Yeah, given that it's happened to me on two platforms with two different controllers, two entirely different setups. I mean, they're both Windows, but maybe you're getting hacked. Maybe I get hacked. Oh, who's hacking me? Hey, if someone in chat is hacking me, you have to admit it right now. Just stand up and say you're the one hacking. I won't get mad, I promise. Fucking killer son of a bitch. Hack my ass, I'll hack your head off your head or your shoulders. Forget I said that. I'm sorry, I was mad. I won't hack you.
This will hurt.
I won't tell my legions of online fans to harass you. I promise. If you had a Twitter account with a lot of followers, would you tweet about airlines and stuff? I wonder about that sometimes. That doesn't happen so much anymore. Maybe it's just because of COVID. Nobody's flying around, but for a solid 10 years, it's just like, I kind of got tired of people that I would see that have like a following and then just like vent their, like I get venting, but like tagging companies and stuff, it's just like, okay, you're just throwing your weight around. That's kind of shitty, right? It's being like, I'm important, so find my luggage. Yeah, everyone else is important too, I guess. You gotta call the support line like everybody else? See, that's my version of somebody who's not chain casting appropriately in Final Fantasy XIV. I've seen people's idiosyncratic behaviors on social media and judging their intentions. I have got to get some water. I created a Twitter account just to get customer service from Stadia. They wouldn't reply to you any other way. Our girl made me a martini. Nice. Gin or vodka? Maybe y'all having a cocktail. That's awfully tempting, but no, not tonight. I am going to get some water, though. It's kind of like a cocktail in that it's almost the exact opposite of a cocktail. Vodka, huh? Dirty martini with a blue cheese stuffed olive. Okay, so a very savory martini. I like the crisp martinis myself. I usually wasn't a big fan of gin, but I have to admit, I kind of don't mind it. I kind of don't mind vermouth. I used to get my martinis as just a chilled glass of vodka with a lemon twist. But I've been relaxing a little bit. I've been enjoying it. What happened to the Doom and Cyberpunk gaming chairs? Gave them away. Yes. They were passed along. Let's see the character model. Stop moving. Stop it. I think I see boobs. I think I see boobs. And feet.
I will end this farce.
Come on, let's get the real experience. Hell yeah.
Down with you!
Wait, what?
You underestimate me!
They're trying real hard to make sure that you see that. I guess that's smart though, because I'm sure that people that have different camera styles, if they turn away, they kind of freak out and then they turn back. I'm like, did it happen yet? And then they get hit with it. So the ring going out and then coming in as a timing indicator is mega smart. No, me standing in that was not mega smart. But. And this is a trust and out of habit type GG at the end. I've been trying to learn some of the more common phrases in the Universal Translator so that I can do duty finders on controller a little more communicatively. You get to see this castle again. Very purple. This is not orange? Cool. Hold on. I saw the coolest 12-year-old at a theme park wearing a hat with the words embroidered on it, Cyber Gamer. Good God. That kid is going to be the future president of the United States. That's awesome. Vacuity? Is that where I am right now? Or that's the time of day. No, I'm on the Hydromantic Terraces. No, never mind. I'm in Troya Keep. I haven't made it to the Hydromantic Terraces yet. MMO spaces are always bizarre. They're so vacuously large. They have to be because of like the game's mechanics and the camera system. But it's just weird to be in spaces by yourself as a single player. Whoa, I didn't even see all these terracotta boys around the edge. Damn. That's cool. And like the kind of purple and red accents here. This is a very bisexual dungeon. I guess it's in a like liminal space between reality. Well, I guess it's pretty definitively outside of reality, right? It's just kind of an extra dimensional pocket that what Assyrians? No. I don't remember the name of that race of people. Oh, this is reality? Oh, okay. It's just a different reality? I thought this was in like a dimensional slip that all the... Like when they were just making weird shit with other creation magics, they just tossed it all in here. Oh, it's the 13th. Oh, okay. We went to a different shard of reality. My bad. I'm glad chat's here to keep all this straight for me. 13th is where the World of Darkness takes place. Oh, this one's already collapsed. Or the calamity's already happened here. Have they been specific about what happens post-calamity? Because it completely fucks the flow of ether, which basically stagnates life and creation, right? Oh, sick. Okay, that's how that works. Nice shot. And the purple to red gradients.
Out of my way!
The 13th fell to a flood of darkness, like the first almost fell to a flood of light. Okay.
You're mine! This will hurt.
The shard gets absorbed into the source, ether, souls, and all. So all sundered people get unsundered by 1/14. Oh, they're like concentric? They happen at different spots! That's awesome! Different things you gotta look away from.
I am of the first brood.
Gotta remember where Estina is. I think I got it. Oh boy. I'm kind of down with dungeons putting doom on players. That happened in the I can't remember the name of it. One where Matean was like walking you through how all these other civilizations burned themselves out and gave up.
All or nothing!
It's a fun like healer mechanic. It's a fun wake the hell up mechanic. Plus, for the players who are paying attention, it does kind of draw attention to what the healer does. It makes them extremely important for a small window of time. And it makes healing status effects important. I get a lot of satisfaction out of scrubbing negative status effects away from party members. Like a ribbon tail, and then also a... You know what would be cool as hell? Is if there were some kind of model viewer in the game where you could just scope out the like dungeon bosses and raid bosses, just look at their animations and their models. That would be awesome. The source suffers for a while because it was cracked by the calamity, and eventually everything heals until the next calamity. Oh, that's only when there's a rejoining. Yeah, okay, so this one burned out, but it didn't rejoin. And I guess I'm figuring out why that is. 14 bestiary. Yeah, there's the hunting log, but that doesn't even show you the like 3D models. I'm asking for a lot, by the way. At least I think I am. I don't know. Making any request to this game feels like it's asking for too much because it gives so much already. Okay, where? Hold on a second. I think I read on the wiki that the Ascians went too far with the 13th and screwed it up beyond the ability to rejoin it. Oh, jeez. It's like when you're trying to toast a marshmallow and it just catches on fire, so you just watch it and it turns into a, like, ball of carbon. Oh. Speaking of carbon. Cool! What am I looking at here? Well, Crisp. We fed a ball of energy to a miniature chompy thing that then sprouted a portal. We jumped into that and teleported to another dimension, except this dimension has already exploded. It has undergone a magical calamity, so this is a stagnant dead world that is overridden with dark magic. You need a camera to get followers on Twitch. Just started 14 about 6 months ago and I stream a lot. Can't get anyone to watch. Just have a mic. I don't know that the camera's the problem there. Or problem might be a strong word. Getting viewers on Twitch is tough because regardless of any of the aspects of your stream, of how it looks or sounds, you still have to reckon with the fact that you're going to be in a list with hundreds of other streamers. And if you think about it from a viewer's perspective, and this is the fucked up part, but it's the process I think about. Who's really going to 0 or 1 or 2 viewer streams to find a new stream to watch? That's kind of a problem. And then, I guess that's really it. You can, My theory is, having worked in some crowded fields in the past and seen what it takes to like carve out a space there, is there's value in outlasting everyone else. So you kind of have to sign yourself up for a really long, thankless, and non-paying grind. So you can just through sheer diligence and predictability start to build something. But that also only works if there is something about what you do that's different or valuable. So you might get random viewers every once in a while. Some of them might stick around. But the better you get at streaming or figuring out what it is you offer, then that, like, you'll retain more people. I think the strategy is probably more like, and this is the ultra depressing thing, probably more in the realm of like, you're gonna invest in doing this now so that you'll have the expertise whenever the next thing comes along to jump on that too. And the best way I can try to explain that is just with my personal work history. And this may be way too much information, but it's an MMO and we're in a dungeon. So hopefully this is of use to you. I wanted to do stuff in games media, but 1 billion years ago there was no such thing as YouTube. The closest thing I could see to what I would love to do was write for a gaming magazine. So that was the goal. That's where I set it. I never have in my life, by the way. Never made that particular goal. But I would say I did a similar thing and continue to do similar things in other forms of media that weren't even around at the time. So I basically dedicated myself at a certain point working towards writing for gaming publications. Like 5 to 10 years after that, I started to get paying written work for blogs, not magazines. And then maybe another 10 years after that, maybe more like 5. I might need to this out. But I started to get better paying in like a real solid position in YouTube media. So it was a completely different platform and a completely different kind of thing. But it was still what I wanted. I just didn't know it would exist like that at the time. But I certainly couldn't walk right into writing for a magazine, you know, growing up in Texas and having no connections. So there's certain there's certain paths that are going to be just logistically tough to make, but just the act of trying means that down the road you're going to be closer to a thing you want, even if you don't know what it looks like right now. Hopefully that makes sense. And when it comes to getting people to look at your stream now, I don't know. A note about diligence. When I wanted to get into written games media, I published a weekly column for 2.5 years, every week without fail. Just like some kind of opinion piece or analysis piece about what was going on in gaming. I didn't think anyone ever read it. And after a year or 2 years, I was like, man, why am I even doing this? The answer for me was I would do it anyway. And I did. It was just like a hobby. But there was some point. I think some people did read them though, because at some point somebody had mentioned that they had read stuff. I think a developer even mentioned something I had written once, and that blew my mind. So that's the trick, is to just keep finding a thing that you can do even if nobody's watching. And if you do it long enough, accidentally, people might start watching. But it's almost like it's like a samurai abandoning their life when they walk on the battlefield. I feel like you have to make your peace with the status quo. I guess it just has to be sustainable. That's what I'm getting at.
No mercy! Out of my way!
middle of the new trial. Ah. Minor Shadowbringer spoilers, I guess. The reason Antagonist was trying to turn the first into nothing but light is because the 13th's balance had been so thoroughly disrupted that he needed to create its antithesis to it because the source itself was in a near perfect balance, and that balance needed to remain in order to cause a rejoining. Oh. Huh. Okay, so calamities are different than rejoinings. I thought one happened then the other. There's a rejoining ritual. Okay. So why didn't... I guess that means that none of the shards are in alignment then. Why go to the effort of... calamitizing one shard just to bring it into balance with another if you want to rejoin them all? That's the goal, right? To rejoin everything back to to recreate the reality that they're from, basically? Spoilers, I guess? I think. I could be wrong. There's so many layers to the story of this damn game. Because there's like the cosmic stuff, and then the individual world stuff, and then the individual political nation stuff, and then the individual, like, areas within a nation, and then the people within those areas. Something spinning at every level. That's a good point, Umbra. Yeah, if you like streaming, keep at it. Otherwise, it's going to be obvious you're not enjoying your time streaming. You know, it's funny you say that. I was shocked once I had gotten to a certain point in, like, written games media to find that most people just really did not like writing about games. And that's not quite like... I realize now that I've said it that sounds like a really shitty Reddit burn. No, it's more like... It's just not a good job. Like, it's a lot of work and very low pay, and you get shit on by everybody. So there was like a... I think the reality of doing that job had ground people down. And I think that is also the case in streaming, except it's much harder to hide.
And delivered the most mouth-watering morsels.
Stab waifu?
I am Scarmelion, Archfiend of
Awesome.
First of Golbez's Circle of Thorn.
I'll take any orchestration of the Final Fantasy IV boss theme.
Unto your grave.
Any version at all. They're all good. Love those drum breaks. I feel like this is very true to the instrumentation of the original track, and also very close to what Uematsu probably wanted it to be if he had a full orchestra. Because it's got that like funk bass, it's got that guitar. Okay, where are we going with this? Little sax? I guess the whole symphony is going to trade off this lead. sick. This is really good. Now, let's beat it up.
That is mine!
Oh. This boss looks so different from the front and from the back. Huh. I wonder if that's a design element. Very unique
Breathe deep of your
profile from the top down, too. Excuse me. Oops. You can walk outside. Oh, okay. Oh, there's got to be a knockback. Yeah. Calamity is just any major historical event, basically. Maybe one or two is related to a rejoining, but not all of them. Like the fourth Umbral Calamity was due to Amon resurrecting Zan. Sorry, hold on a second. That looks serious. Who forged the pact with a cloud of darkness to help fight against the continent of Mericidia. Jesus Christ. Which culminated with the imprisonment of Bahamut and the usage of his Aether in the Circus Tower to open up a giant void gate that let the cloud of darkness into the source, and that's where everything went to shit. All right. Thank you. I hope I remember that.
me, my minions.
Can I heal zombies? Oh, no. That's one mechanic as a white mage I've always kind of wished that they would put into 14, but to my knowledge has still never happened. Like casting heal on an undead thing. To my knowledge, you can't target enemies with healing at all. All calamities were rejoinings in 14. The fourth ended in a giant earthquake and a shard being rejoined. Some competing lorehounds in the chat, it seems, unless I'm misunderstanding.
I give you a taste of true despair!
Oh.
Stubborn mortal!
All or nothing!
Flashbang.
You underestimate me!
Come, fill your lungs.
You're mine!
So wait, does the AoE destroy the walls?
Take this!
Yeah, it does. Oh, okay. All right, you definitely don't want to track the AoEs to the walls then. Oops, I wasn't paying attention. I got brain rot. I got dumb brain. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, the AoE plus then the stack. Yeah. So if every... Ooh!
Not here.
Yeah.
You're mine!
That is a really cool way that this game also, through design, makes healing a little more interesting. Is there's usually a window between party members making an oopsie and then another follow-up attack that'll kill them unless you're healing. So it's like, if nobody makes a whoopsie, you get to keep casting. If somebody makes a whoopsie, then you got to heal, and if you didn't heal them, then they'll die. But you'll see it happen, and you have some warning. Also keeps things a little spicy. Party members that get hurt, like see themselves get hit, they see their HP go down, and then hopefully they see it go back up before they get hit again. Which I think is also maybe an effort to making players making player input a little more visible.
My flesh.
Where's all that aether gonna go? I can't remember, because they're not really using the Warrior of Light like a giant, like a little cooler for aether anymore. That was happening during Shadowbringers, I think. He was just sucking it all up because there was nowhere else for it to go. That was extra good, given that my little guy is so tiny. Oh, there's new rocks. How exciting.
This Scarmalione, he knew the gate had opened.
And not for the first time. He and his brethren must keep watch over the portal.
As we do ours, but to unflinchingly consume a fellow Voidsent. Like men, perhaps they form factions and fight amongst themselves.
Yeah, these hoes ain't loyal.
The question is, what will the minions do?
Earn millions in the box office, you idiot. Be their leader now?
Your mistress is no more, and the one who consumed her we slew in turn. Do you still mean to try us?
Stinians willing intimidate a bunch of demons.
I expect some Voidsent are more intelligent than others. Perhaps these ones simply do not understand our words.
Even beasts ought to understand strength.
There is much we do not know about
I don't know what you
Voids.
want, bro.
If we are to survive their world, it would be wise to learn their ways.
Is this really like gotta talk with the demons? Yeah, we'll improvise. Don't worry about it. I'm thinking too much.
If that is your preferred approach, then very well. I shall defer to your adventurer's intuition. I am here, sister. Finally here. And I will find you. I swear it.
There's no refractory period when life is fucking you in the ass. Buried memory. Kind of a literal descriptor of that line. It's true though. It's poetic. Life ain't gotta take no breaks. Life don't gotta stop to hydrate. Life don't get a cramp that he's gotta massage out. Damn, we're really posting up, huh? God damn it. This is gonna take... This is gonna cost even more to teleport to, isn't it? Making me hop all these dimensions. Oh, you'll not encounter Aetherites for a while. I was just thinking I was hungry. Scallop salad. Alright, let me amend my previous request. I don't need to see the dungeons or the dungeon bosses, but I would absolutely like to see full polygonal models of all of the food. Let me spin it around. Let me put it in different lighting conditions. Let me zoom into it. Maybe put a little RTX on it. A little sprinkle of RTX. That's what I would like. Yep. Do that. You may leave. Goodbye, Yoshi P. Call me when it's done. Hey, Aussie Maniac. Thanks for the resub. Yakuza style food pictures, that's a step up. But I really don't know that I've seen a game. I mean, Final Fantasy XV is right there. I couldn't rotate it or zoom into it. So, points off for that. But it did have a fishing minigame. Yeah, 15 does it. 15 understands. Right? 15 is remarkable not only because it includes pornographically detailed shots of food, but even in the engine, like it's pretty clear that there's a strong artistic flair to make it look extra good. All the photos have pristine lighting conditions and amazing color, and just want to stare at it. You want to fall into the photo and just bury your face in it. Yeah, he's just staring. Well, his tongue comes out every so often. There it is. Talk to this little guy. Hey, what's up? What's up, my man? Oh, just growling. Creature snarls and glares at you. It is unlikely that you will learn anything from it. Oh, hey, I made it to the Hydromantic Terrace. So consumed with lore discussion that I forgot to check. Let's say feral. That's true. I just want my delicious aether. No, no, no. All able to communicate. This one seems to think only of feeding. Better take your inquiries elsewhere. Gotta find the treasurer. Oh. The spider dude. Oh, it's a spider feller. Spider individual, but their ass is just spider. Ugh. Kind of interesting turning the dungeon environments into story environments that you then have to walk back through. Yeah, Spider Centaur. What's that? We get to go back to the twisty hallway. Maybe that's why it has empty rooms. Maybe there will be NPCs there now. Never really put my finger on it before, but this track kind of has a train in the background. I don't know what it sounds like. The percussion track that kind of comes in and out. Huh. Yeah, this is awfully content efficient. Just have you run backwards through the dungeon doing story stuff along the way. These rooms are great. And if this is also one of the reasons I like playing with NPCs the first run through a dungeon, so I can actually stop and look at stuff. So maybe that's part of it too. It's like we actually put a lot of work into these arenas. Maybe take a look around. Oh. Okay, it was just the shadowing. Like, that one of them looked like he moved. That's why you play tank. We're RPing this. Yeah, I guess everyone follows the tank's lead. Unless you're just hyper cheeky. You're a Leroy DPS. Force the pull. Sit on the throne. Actually, I don't think I did. I'm gonna go do that. Gonna look real cute. I'm gonna sit down and look real cute. My tiny little legs. Oh! The best sitting animation. Little feeties wiggling. See if I can. Oh, the little legs stick out. Anyway. So tiny. So small. Oh, yeah. Oh, I still have them. Okay, that's good. I was worried that they would just disappear from my inventory. I actually didn't get to 50. So I can't buy the gorilla mount, but I guess I can buy some riding maps. Maybe some of the cheaper mounts. I need to see what's there. Yeah, you really just gotta run the whole thing, huh? Hello. How's the music for Final Fantasy XIV? The music is probably the number one thing that I enjoy about the game. It's the aspect that I'm the most excited about when it comes to new content. It's all exceptional and eclectic. Stylistically, the music in this game is all over the map, and when I say that, you're probably not probably not actually grasping the real breadth of what that means, because there's all kinds of weird music in this game, and it's all so good. Just exceptional versions of like all sorts of cross-genre hybrid stuff. A lot of that stuff does wrap in some musical motifs from classic Final Fantasy games, so a portion of it is the fan service or the references. I've been a fan of Final Fantasy music for a long time, so working in a classic riff here and there certainly makes me clap my hands. So that aspect may not be there for somebody who doesn't have that a connection already built. There's only one dungeon, we call it the fourth, Mistress's Orders. Yeah, how tough am I? I really like the harpsichord in this. Is it noob friendly? I've only played 10, 15, and 7. Currently playing 12, but I'm super interested in 14. Yes. It's noob friendly because it's actually really basic for a good portion of the beginning of the game. Very, like, straightforward, run up to stuff, hit it till it dies kind of gameplay. They even have, like, whole tutorial missions. Let's see here. Yeah. So they will run you through, like, every concept of an MMO. Like aggro and healing mechanics and DPS and just everything. You don't have to do it all. But it definitely gives you all the tools to learn the game while you're playing it inside the game. Sometimes there's almost too much information and it can be difficult to figure out where to go for that content. But the game also has a beginner's guide that will offer suggestions. There's also like video series for new players and things like that. So there's a lot of resources out there, and the game itself signposts itself pretty well. There's like one story quest. So failing anything else, if you just follow the story quest, it'll take you through the story and introduce gameplay mechanics as it goes. I think it's less like, I think really the concern is it being maybe a little too simple to begin with.
You are the friend.
Because it is also the most dated content. He's back. Xenos is back. I knew it.
I see it now. The bottomless darkness. The insatiable hunger. The aura was present when we faced him in Garlemald.
I still don't know quite why they dropped the, like, chemical weapon storyline.
When Xenos died, its connection to the source...
Xenos already did plenty of bad stuff, but, like, chemical warfare would have really cemented him as just an irredeemable villain. But they all react to him like he is already, which I guess he is, but it's just weird that they teed up like...
Yes, that is his name. And you are the friend.
They teed up like the worst possible act, and then just kind of backed away from it, but then had the story proceed as though, kind of as though he had done it. Oh, they added scenes to old cutscenes with this patch. Wow, cool. Yeah, they've invested effort in renovating old content. That much is obvious, and it's cool to see them continuing to do it. It's a weird problem with games as service games. Like, you stack up content forever, but then that also comes with the problem of modernizing old content. Yeah, Xenos destroyed Black Rose because it ruined the fun of killing things with your bare hands. Oh. It's understandable character motivation.
But how? The light just now. Of course. And thus I am returned.
We got a Bloodborne on our hands.
What do you mean, returned? Who are you?
I was once bound to the man named Xenos.
Think you'd benefit from a lore replay?
His avatar.
I would.
Until you killed him.
But gosh, that's a lot. I guess you could just do New Game Plus.
Avatar, as in the Void-sent servants.
I was kind of hoping that at some point I would recruit
In the name of his hunt,
a disciple to
Xenos
New Game Plus
took
through the
up that
game with.
traditional Garlean art. And through it, he forged a covenant with a being of the Void to lend him strength.
Covenant? A curse, more like. He stole my power. There was no equity in the arrangement. My very essence was altered. twisted into a tool to serve his desires.
Oops.
Perhaps, perhaps not. What does it matter?
Indeed, it doesn't. Regardless of your form, you are a void sent by nature. So answer me this. Are you our enemy too?
In this world, only a fool would attempt to devour a stronger being. And though it was as an avatar, I lost to you once, I have no desire to lose again.
Good enough for me.
How many hours do I have in this game? It's like 50 days.
Now, you will answer me a question. Xenos called you friend. That's what you are?
Oh.
A friend?
Oh. Dialogue. Oh. I'm Clouderoth Cephalau. The only answer here. Coolest thing to say at this moment.
So, you're not a friend. Then... what is it? What is a friend?
We're just going right there, huh? That's supposed to happen in a scene later after we've established a rapport and I've shown a little vulnerability. What is a friend? There's no time. We skip right to the arc right now. Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV with the deep cuts, asking their player base what friendship means. We want to know too, okay? Why do you think we play these games? Something else is coming through. Something starting to peak. What am a friend? He harbors a great deal of darkness. I'm gonna get peach juice just because I've been on that new Coke Zero and it's good as hell. But I like peach flavored things, so it's awesome. What's it called? It's not Starlight, is it? The blue can. Steph managed to get a box. All the cans are like bashed around, but it's still delicious. Jade Lonergan. Hello. You like peach flavored things? I do. Yeah, Starlight was the other one. That's like kind of cotton candy flavored. That's what I tracked it as. I don't know what it officially is flavored like, but... Peach rings? Yeah, I'm pretty down. I like gummies too, so peach gummies, that's pretty in there. That's pretty dialed in. I think strawberry gummies might be king, but... Huh. Is going to pay for this information with her body. And we're running through the dungeon again. Ah. This environment is so nice, you gotta look at it thrice. It is good, though. Peach always struck me like a complicated flavor to make things taste like. It kinda is. I'm not a fan of peach syrup, because it's too harsh and sharp and chemically. A lot of syrups tend to be, though. Maybe that's the corn syrup under all of it. But, like, you put peach puree in anything? Oh, good lord. Iced tea or like a blended cocktail?
This is where I belong. My home. This endless darkness you call the void. There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were blue. Life flourished.
Guava's really good too.
Before the war. The Contra Memoria.
It's weird to me that guava's not a more common flavor.
It must have been a terrible war indeed.
Maybe it's just kind of a hard fruit to get en masse. I don't know.
It shattered the balance, causing darkness to engulf the world.
Yeah, tart. I was at a tiki bar that made this like guava heavy drink that was just like so fucking good. Guava and rum, excellent pairing. But then again, most fruits and rum. Mango, yeah.
As light begat sin eaters.
Mango can be a little tart though.
Begat void scent.
You get like a really ripe piece of mango, it's great, but
the sun was driven from the sky as fleeting day yielded to endless night. In time, even land and sea lost their distinction.
Mango's a nightmare to eat.
Reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow.
You gonna play more Saints Poo? Wait. Is that what people are calling it instead of Saints Row? More Saint Poo? Unless that was maybe a predictive text
for
thing.
instance, its erstwhile lord must have abandoned.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna play it tomorrow.
Once upon a time.
I enjoyed it. They're also gonna pay me to play.
If I may, the darkness in you is too much for any man to harbor.
I was gonna play it more regardless.
You are indeed a void scent. Yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain. But in what way, I am unsure.
As you say, I am void sent, but only in part. The darkness touched my mother when the war had just begun.
He's a blade.
Still in the womb.
Yeah, Meek, you were just...
As a child, I looked like any other, but darkness coursed through me.
What Meek Shonos, what I found is that, like, if you do try to track the story, the characters in the game tend to voice, like, very reasonable and logical concerns when they do. It's an interesting way of, like, acknowledging the player's
I prey on the weak,
awareness of things.
Strong. I live to survive. Nothing more.
I want to like Saints Row, but the dialogue is terrible to me. Not even cringy, it's just bad.
It was not my intent to pry.
That's most video games. I think it's okay. It's at least funny sometimes. Most games are just bad and not funny.
I've neglected to ask your name.
But yeah.
As we say mortal, you may call me Void Sent.
I agree.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
And call me what you will. I care not.
Your name is Polly.
How about 0?
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
No, not nothing, but rather...
Clearly old people writing for young people, and this is the mark by miles.
Seen what you will become to us.
I don't know, I've seen worse examples of that, too. To me, Borderlands is peak Hello Fellow Kids. Even Wonderlands
I care not.
Wasn't as bad as 3, but
0.
still very try-hard. Listening to this music. Is this the fucking overworld theme from Final Fantasy IV? But played really sad? Can't. I have to wait until I get out of this conversation to mute the music.
Partnership? Are you saying you wish to strike a bargain?
Well, Zero, while there is no end to the questions we could ask,
I'm pretty sure that's
it's
the
only fair
overworld
that
theme
we
for
tell you
4.
our purpose in coming here.
It's just really hidden away in a
We are
somber
searching
piano
for a
track.
dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
A dragon?
Yes. Ashdaya is her name, and she is my sister.
This is interesting because I thought Endwalker was
You
going to be
have any
very
knowledge?
Final Fantasy IV referential
I beg
because
you,
of the
share
iconography of
this.
the moon and the like sort of paladin look of the Warrior of Light. Now they're leaning into it
Did you say
explicitly.
something?
No?
Yeah.
I thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of void scent, perhaps.
That's weird. Alright, hold on a minute. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. So, woe betide anyone who looks up like a song that's more than 20 years old on YouTube because the comments are just filled with people having existential breakdowns. But yet again, here we are. Hold on, where to go? Page isn't wide enough? Oh yeah. There's Majuin. Writing It Never Gets Old, not even 30 years later. Yeah. I love how YouTube comments about music specifically are just filled with people being wistful. Such a powerful memory tool. Anyway, yeah, that was totally it. Rad. I mean, Final Fantasy IV has a lot of banging ass music. So, no complaints there. If there's more on the way, I have to do a work thing really quickly. Actually, I should step away from this scene just in case. I don't want to reveal anyone's information. So, I gotta... Yeah, I'll be right back. One sec. Back. Work task complete. Yep, we gotta walk back through the dungeon again. Go back to the throne room. That's okay. Take another... Zero's complaining that walking wasn't part of the deal. I gave you lore. You let me feed off of your life force. Oh yeah, somebody asked how much time I have in this. Is it playtime? 48 days, 11 hours, 11 minutes. Not a whole lot of that is spent idling either. I can't think of a whole lot of times I've just been letting the game run. Now, I won't say that all my time in the game has been very efficiently spent. I spent a lot of, like, Realm Reborn and Heavensward doing every side quest, which I'm not gonna say was worth the investment. Oh, y'all are comparing the soundtracks of 11 and 14? I never played any of the expansions for 11, but I did have such a fondness for the soundtrack just because it was more ambient. Remember the rolling music in some of the zones. I guess some of that's there in 14 too, but I feel like a lot of the ambient score in 11 was a little more empty and desolate. Man, did it really set a feeling for every area. I love the little side quests. I enjoy doing dumb little helper quests. Yeah, and there's an amount of effort expended on most of them. But there's usually something that's worth the squeeze. Just in terms of leveling, though, it's not a very efficient way to spend time. Did you at least peep the expansions OSTs in 11? It's insane. I actually didn't know. It wasn't hardcore enough. Also, I just did not have the time to play 11 like I would want to. I had a stupid job. Oh boy, it's story time. Alright. Oh, okay, it's one of these. Got some scripted encounters. Okay. Oh, I guess I have enough time for this. I'm going to be switching over to Monster Hunter in about 30 minutes. So usually these sequences don't last longer than that.
This place is as good as any. Let me have the ether now.
Very well.
Better not awaken anything in me. 2 girls, 1 ether.
You're mine!
Oh. Came back? That's lame. I guess the ether didn't go anywhere.
Ah! That I should miss my mark.
That fiend again? But we struck it down. Watched it die.
Fools. Death doesn't exist in this world. And I am free to return whensoever I please.
Death doesn't exist. Of course, in the first, the power of light, of passivity, prevents life from emerging in the empty. But in the 13th, the power of darkness, of activity, prevents life from finding rest, even should soul be separated from flesh.
So unless one's essence is absorbed by another, it is possible to return.
Yeah,
And
the
again.
aether sponge is right there. He should have sucked it all up. Like a Ghostbusters trap. Ah, whatever.
Your ether. It is reminiscent of that creature's. Ah, my mouth waters at the memory.
What?
I must devour you too. Yes, I must. Drifting souls, by my power be reborn!
If it's another death they want, I say we give it to them.
If you could lend us a hand, we'd be much obliged.
That was a part of the deal.
That you would. But you already owe me a debt, and until you make good on it, I won't lift a finger.
Zero is a shrewd
We'll speak after
negotiator.
you've won. But know that if you lose, I'll help myself to your ether.
That a bothersome duty should deliver to me this lavish feast. Come, struggle with all your might. It will make you that much richer and tastier.
musical callbacks, yeah. And that the flourish happens right before you go into battle. That was always how it was. It was like the screen shatter or the screen zoom in, and then the battle theme picks up. So, love it.
Every soul in this domain serves me now. Come, feast upon their flesh.
The castle answers his call. We do well to break up this feast quickly.
They only started doing the like character portraits with the lines in Endwalker, right? Or are those entirely new? I think that's in the HUD layout, whatever that is. It's not. It just goes at that point on the screen. I wonder if I can grab it. It is an Endwalker thing? Okay.
Behold the power of the Archfiend of Earth!
Oh, you summoned Shadowbringers? Okay. Alright, beat him up again.
He hastens their regeneration.
Oh.
We are deathless! You cannot defeat that which cannot die!
Yeah, Snack Pack. This sort of reorchestration of the boss theme it's just beautiful. I mean, this has always been one of my favorite battle themes. I actually played Super Mario RPG before I played Final Fantasy IV, though.
Foe has too great an advantage.
6 was actually the first one that I played. So I first associated this track with the Kulex boss fight in RPG. So it also was just like... That's also a pretty cool association. Because that's like a... God, I remember that boss fight being like 30 minutes?
Stand together!
I don't know. Maybe it was just intense, so I thought it took way longer than it did. But.
There's no end in sight. A retreat may be in order.
When will you learn? No matter what you do, you cannot hope to win.
You never know until you try, and I'm always happy to experiment.
Zero! Is there no way to stop them from coming back?
She's still just hanging out back there.
There
I forgot
is,
to look for her once.
but I have no reason to share it with you.
Once the combat started. I really want to click on the screenshot. Hold on, I think I can. Woo! That's a playtime.
You know, Zero.
Those are big gamer numbers right there.
You owe us for one thing.
Big numbers. Yeah, we kind of gave you your form back.
Your name.
Oh, fine.
You'll have your promised ether, but we are owed compensation for your name.
A name for which I did not ask. But that I nevertheless did accept.
Crystals. Watch out, we got crystals.
They've been crystallized.
Just like Final Fantasy XIII.
That's quite the trick.
They just turn into crystals. There's little otter pops on the floor.
Completely.
Come, my friends. With Zero's aid, we can defeat him.
What is this? What have you done?
They've been crystallized. The crystals now?
Now that I
They're
think
crystals.
on it, you owe me a debt as well.
I'm turning monsters into freaking crystals.
You may have missed your mark, but I won't miss mine.
And oh yeah, my name's Zero.
However incurred, a debt is a debt.
One of those, huh?
I will repay it here and now.
She can turn Void Scent into crystal.
This is interesting, this track. It is the Final Fantasy prelude on the harp in the background, but all the notes are out of order. It's still kind of an arpeggio, it's just a little mixed up.
You will tremble before my truth strength.
Got you!
Attend to the minions first. Be gone! That's far enough.
There's a little animation of the crystal popping out and then plopping onto the floor.
Trickery will not save.
Reinforcements!
This will hurt.
Impressive!
Oh hey, what's up, Ansem?
Useless.
Good to see you.
Enough! Enough!
Just out here gaming.
We cannot win without Zero. We must help her.
Another debt.
Oh, just in case you're playing Saints Row, it's bad but good. It's okay for it to just be good. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's fun, right? I think it's fun. It doesn't have to be fun for everybody. I think it's fun. I think people just got used to a certain pristine package that's not really necessary. I think games almost got too formalized. People expected all these like raft of features and things, where you can still have fun without all that stuff. I guess for the money, you kind of expect it. Bad sense of day one bugs. Okay, yeah. I don't know about console. I had like 3, I think, crash to desktops on PC, and I'm pretty sure I got soft locked in the character creator one time. So not the best, but also honestly for me, not the worst. But I don't know. For some reason I tend to have. I think I either have a lot of tolerance or I just incidentally don't have as many stability issues that others seem to have.
This place will be your grave!
Yeah, Otter. Yeah, some people have taken great exception to the writing. I can see that, and if it's a matter of taste, you know, it doesn't have to make sense. If somebody doesn't like it, they don't like it. But for what it's worth, I don't know. The writing at least like it lands enough jokes for me to be okay.
Give it everything!
Oh yeah, you Cult of the Lamb, same story. You love the game, but there's a lot of bugs. Yeah, I've seen some people tweeting about that. How there's like some trophies and achievements they just can't get because the game bugs out. I just realized with Gaia and now Zero, this game's doing a pretty good job of filling out its emo chick roster.
Fools! Do not think you have defeated me.
Wait, well, who's the really mean one from Stormblood? I can't remember her name.
My flesh! Why won't it heal?
Guy is more goth than emo.
What is the meaning of this?
Was it Fordola?
To seal
Is that emo?
crystal.
It's like the four horsemen of emo. Yeah. The angry one.
How can you have this power?
The quiet, sad one. And then I guess the like totally robotic one.
Death has no place in this world. We are beyond it. And yet,
Yeah, I think I meant Fordola.
Lord Golbez, you have sent me to my doom. Curse you and your wretched flattery, and this abominable fate.
Name dropping Golbez. I guess they showed him previously, chilling in the void. I guess he's the villain in this world. King of Darkness, Chaos. So I guess those are icons, but in the 13th?
You are welcome, seekers of might. I, Golbez, have called you for hither.
Sure. Why not? Just a name, right?
I, who would see us triumph in the coming crusade.
That armor's pimp, though.
That I may entrust
I feel like they've been iterating on that. Golbez and Dissidia looked really cool, too.
Yes, but what of the promised gift?
In exchange for our loyalty, we are to feast on the finest ether.
And so you shall, for if you are to serve me, you must be strong.
Then honor the pact and pray we are not disappointed.
Very well. Behold.
Oh. Ether's back on the menu, boys.
The fiery wings, the savage horns. It pulses with life. Such vibrant ether.
This is how Golbez rose to power.
This magnificent creature could only come from beyond the veil.
You like mind a dragon of its ether.
Indeed. Feast, my friends.
I'll see ya, Iceman.
And arise as
Sleep
my
well.
4 arch-fiends.
4? Final Fantasy 4? You're a real son of a bitch, Golbez.
They can consume but a fraction of the dragon's ether. Just as well, the creature may yet serve other ends.
Yeah, it's almost Monster Hunter time, Tequila.
Are you all right?
The Void Sense essence remains, but it has been sealed away, transformed into crystal.
Memoria. Scarmelione called them. I take it they are connected to the war of which you spoke.
Aye. Their use was central to the Contra Memoria, hence its name.
Do you think that when you first started playing this game, you would still be playing it and getting new story content after such a long time? No way.
I see.
Absolutely not. I mean, Square being the company Square has been. And this game being the kind of game it is.
And in doing so ensured
I'm honestly surprised that the values that this game doubles down on have also made it popular.
Yes, yes. I still
because
have
that's rare.
So I would thank you not to get carried away.
It's a like feature rich, content rich, but mechanically dense and very lore dense game. It's very ponderous. It involves a lot of reading. Those are not things that are typically get popular. So it didn't seem like it was... I mean, Realm Reborn seemed like a really honest effort, but I still wouldn't have thought that it would reach the level of success it has.
I appreciate the simplicity.
Yeah, it's honestly kind of, for me at least, encouraging that this game
that makes us even, I trust.
Become such a powerful performer for Square, because it means that its design philosophy has been thoroughly vouched for. Like
you picked up the crystal. You experienced.
There's no reason to change the way that it's made now or ever, because it's only getting more popular. And that's just so different than how things usually work. Usually like there's incentive to trim cost or to
I dare to hope that it was Ashdaya.
To make things more popular.
Even as it pains me to think she's been made to suffer.
To like screen out any of the aspects that might turn people away.
For the ambitions of this
game has been very true to its design philosophies.
We've been given much to consider. Let us take a moment to review what we know.
Lore and story is what people generally like the most about this game too. Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy's always been there, you know? Those games can be lore dense and difficult to parse at times. And they're popular for those things. Alright. I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna switch games here. Because it's time. Chris has sent me an invite to Squad Stream. This isn't a game that only Final Fantasy fans play. Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking more just in terms of like market response than the baked-in appeal. Which is to say that there is, if you look for it, there's evidence of games like this, adjacent to this, performing well. But not to this scale. I guess because a game like this has never really been executed at this scale before. That's kind of the thing that fascinates me. Is that even from here, they've gone through, like, they've done their Avengers Endgame, you know? In terms of setting up and then paying off a very long story arc. But they're rolling into the next one, and I'm probably more invested than I've ever been in this. Whereas Marvel, gosh, we'll see. I'm sure there will be some movie in the future that captures my interest. Not, and I hate to phrase it like that. Whatever, capturing my interest is not the end-all be-all. It's just, you know, this game is aberrant in a lot of ways. Look at this fire, though. It's pretty fire. I want to get closer. I want to bury my face in it. I want to be taller. Anyway, that's some pretty good-looking video game fire. Okay. I'm going to step away for just a second. I'm going to have a quick snack, and then it's time to hunt some monsters. So I'll see you guys soon. And I'll be joining Jacob and Omar and Bruce. Good times. See you soon.